Howdy and welcome to another postcard from Moorhead. I'm Larry Dixon, and what is on the menu today? We have got the star of today's show is steak and lamb chops. Steak and lamb chops. Now these steak and lamb chops, they came from my new best friends, Gabe and Miranda Lewis. Lewis Land and Cattle Company located in northeastern Kentucky. I came across them at a Kentucky Proud event that occurred here in Moorhead, Kentucky, and now they're coming to the parking lot outside of Tractor Supply here in Moorhead on Saturdays to sell their various meats. And I mean, these are amazing pieces of meat. And I'm going to give you a little bit more information about Lewis Land and Cattle Company and Gabe and Miranda Lewis in a little bit. But to get this started today, I'm doing a vegetable medley to go with this beautiful pieces of meat from my new friends. So I'm going to start, put right here on the griddle with a little bit of oil. I'm going to start with some okra. And I'm going to let that okra crisp up. And the griddle is hot, as you can tell. The last time I did this, Lenore really wanted the okra with a little bit of a crust on it. So I'm going to let it fry up first. So what else is going in this medley? I've got corn, fresh corn I shaved off the cob, mushroom, peppers, onion, and a few tomatoes. Now, the okra's had a couple of minutes. Some of them are starting to toast up nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and add my onion. Get some onion on here for this vegetable medley. Also, I'm going to go ahead and add my peppers, a little bit of oil so it'll brown up for me. And don't forget, the star of the show though today is this gorgeous steak and these lamb chops. These lamb chops, I have marinated them in the past and it's okay, but I thought, I'm going to do it simple today. Salt and pepper. That's it. That's all I'm going to put on both the steak and the lamb chops, salt and pepper. The okra is starting to crisp up really nice the way Lenore likes it. The onions and the green peppers, they're getting there. So it's time to add some tomato and my mushroom. I will say I do prefer fresh mushrooms. These were canned. That's what I had in the cupboard. The ones in the can have quite a bit of moisture in them, so they don't brown up as quickly. But a couple of minutes, steam some of that moisture out of them. They're going to be good. I like them anyway, but to cook with, I prefer the fresh mushrooms. Oh, what did I forget? My corn. This is the corn fresh off the cob. All I have to do is heat it up. To open up your taste buds, I'm going to take just a little bit of salt, not a lot. I think the okra needs to come off. I'm going to put it over here in my warming tray. I'm almost ready to put the steak on, so I'm going to turn up this burner to high so I can get a really nice sear on this Lewis Land and Cattle steak. As I said earlier, as I was cooking the lamb and the steak on the griddle, I want to introduce you to my best new friend.
There you go.
Gabe Lewis. Gabe, you are with Lewis Land and Cattle.
Yes, sir.
So tell me about that.
So we raise farm fresh pork, beef, and lamb. So we offer a little bit of everything. We have it's all USDA processed, no antibiotics, no hormones. no implants guaranteed, cheaper than the stores, legal to sell anywhere in the state of Kentucky or the country. We ship meat on dry ice. If you're not local, we're here at the Moorhead Farmers Market every Saturday from 9 to 1. We meet up locally. You can place orders online through our Facebook. We also have a website at lewislandandcattle.com for people that isn't local. Reach out to me on Facebook or Miranda Holbrook Lewis on Facebook, or you can look us up on the Lewis Land and Cattle Farms page on Facebook. Yeah.
So let's say I placed an order on Saturday.
Right.
How long would it take for me to receive it? Let's say I live in Ohio or...
Right. Like I said, we use UPS ground. We ship out on Mondays, Tuesdays, or Wednesdays. One of those 3 days will be when your boxes.
That's so it's not just sitting somewhere
right
in a warehouse.
Right. And once you, if you're purchasing off the website, you'll automatically get a receipt.
Gabe, tell me what do you got in the cooler today?
So today, which we've already sold out of most of what we've got, but we've got some boneless ribeye steaks.
There you go.
Each pack is labeled. It's got our emblem on it. Maple breakfast patties. We've got hot buffalo wing brats here. That's one of our new ones. We've got supreme Italian pizza brats. We've also got, this is a big hit right here, mac and cheese brats.
I've never had a mac and cheese brat.
So they're new and they're very, very good. I eat too many of them.
It is one good looking piece of meat. Looks like it's about 3/4 or an inch thick. We only have one steak on the griddle today because we've got 4 lamb chops and it's just me and Lenore. So with the vegetables, one steak that we're going to share, and the lamb chops. I'm going to go ahead and start putting the lamb chops on, and I'm going to put them down just like that. Let them kind of get warmed up here on the griddle. I've got one other item that I'm going to add to my vegetable medley. What's this little black thing I've got in my hand right here? That is a poblano pepper that I roasted from last year's garden. So it's only going to take one to give it just a little bit of heat. So I'm going to crumble that up just like that. There we go. So at this point, I'm going to move my vegetables over here to the cooler side of the griddle. Let them continue to cook. I'm going to check what the bottom side of this lamb chop is starting to look like. Oh yeah, I think we are ready to put the lamb chops over here. And like I said earlier, I'm just going to use salt and pepper on my meat. It won't take a whole lot. Now we are ready to put this gorgeous steak, and it is so tender, it is just unbelievable. Now, I like my steak medium well. Lenore likes hers cremated, so I need to bring the inside temperature up to about 170 degrees. That's where she likes it. So, you know, we make our sacrifices. A little bit of salt on the steak. And now time for some coarse ground pepper. Our veggies look like they're ready to come off and go into the warming tray. Kind of clean as we go. Put a little bit more oil down. And let's check and see if I've got any bit of a sear. Oh yeah, that looks absolutely amazing. The lamb chops look good. Oh, that one could use a little more. So let's check the steak. Not quite what I'm looking for. What's the benefit of buying directly from the farmer?
Exactly. So, you know where your meat comes from. And store-bought meat nowadays, I mean, I'm just speaking from my own opinion. I just don't feel like they much care what goes into your meat, how it's raised. Then it's so highly processed. You know, there's so many dyes, there's so many added antibiotics in the feed to keep them from getting sick because of the poor conditions they're raised in. I feel like, you know, it's important, especially nowadays, to know where your food comes from. I buy my veggies from local farmers, you know, because we do meat.
Yeah.
So I try to buy all I can from and help support other local farmers, you know. And when you support local, I feel like you know, you're supporting local economy, and the dollar stays here.
Okay, I've got a very nice sear on my lamb chop. I'm going to move it over here to the cooler side and let it finish up. Looking good. So I got 4 lamb chops. Got a nice sear on them. And my steak, it is so tender. I mean, it's just falling apart. Look at that right there. So I need to move it over here and let it finish cooking. Lenore, I have gone ahead and cut yours up for you. Let's start with the lamb, which is these pieces right here. And we've had it marinated before. This is just salt and pepper. I think I like it better with salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. This is the Lewis Land and Cattle Company steak. Thumbs up. Now, what about Larry's veggies? Oh. Good. Okay, now it's my turn to do the taste test. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and share these videos. The veggies are perfect in my opinion. Let's try the lamb. Nice and tender, salt and pepper. Like I say, I've tried to marinate in the past. Salt and pepper is definitely, for me, the way to go. Now let's try the steak. Tender, tasty, and the only seasoning that I used was salt and pepper. So, don't forget to hit that subscribe, like, and share. I'm Larry Dixon, postcard from Moorhead with my official taste tester, Lenore. See you down the road.